Perseverance. Perseverance is persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. When I think of perseverance and that delay in achieving success, I think of a gardener and the luscious, fruitful plants grown within his or her garden. It is something that does not happen overnight. You cannot grow a delicious, God-given plant without consistent and constant caretaking caress. It takes months of early morning weeding sessions before the hot sun rises above the horizon. It takes hours and hours of walking back and forth to fill that bucket of water, carefully pouring it each day so that one day the roots of that former seed will grow into a majestic commodity. And each night, that gardener goes to bed with the hope that tomorrow it might rain a great deal so that when the sun rises, he might get a break from carrying that burdensome bucket. In the 17th and 18th centuries, the United States of America was just a seed, and our forefathers planted this country on the beliefs of freedom, with the rights to worship how you wanted, write what you felt, say what you wanted, or even go to the government and deliver your opinion on important matters. In order to establish something so beautiful and amazing, it took years of pulling weeds every day and carefully watering the young roots of freedom. It took suffering, early mornings and late nights grieving from loved ones lost in battle. And as we saw the success of freedom in America start to work, many thought we could stop watering. Many thought that planting and sprouting that seed was enough. They thought that the price was paid, that freedom was ours and it could not be taken from us. We started to go to bed at night just like that gardener, with the hope that we wouldn't have to carry the heavy bucket of freedom. We started to think that the rain would come and do it for us, that the rain would keep freedom from its thirst. Well, the thing is, the rain isn't going to come. We have had to water the plant of freedom every single day, and we will have to do it every single day because, as Albert Einstein once said, freedom in any case is only possible by constantly struggling for it. If we don't keep freedom in our minds every day, and if we take it for granted, we will be lulled into a false security that freedom is ours and that it will not be taken away. We will believe that the watering is finished, that the weeds of socialism or communism or captivity and restraint have stopped growing. So, do not forget what America went through to become America, what it went through to relish this amazing freedom that we have today. Now, as I was preparing this speech, I was realizing the value of freedom, and I had a question that seemed to be very puzzling to me. If freedom is so amazing, why is it so rare, and why is it so hard to come by? As I thought about this, I decided to keep rolling with the garden analogy. Why are gardens so rare? Why are they so hard to come by? As I pondered this inquiry, I came across a common answer between the rarity of freedom and the rarity of gardens. There's two parts to this answer. The first being hard work and sacrifice. In order to create a free society, it takes people who understand the sacrifice needed to get there, but are still willing to put in the work to do it. While an oasis of a liberty seems appeasing, it will take constant sacrifice. Number two, it takes years or even centuries to build a country like America, but at the same time, it only takes a few years to destroy it. If we, the people, aren't willing to do our part to keep America strong, we can be destroyed much faster than we were built. We saw this in the early 1900s with Weimar Germany, when Hitler suddenly relaxed Germany into a dictatorship. We saw this just in the past century with the once renowned and wealthy, prosperous Venezuela, or Egypt, or Nicaragua. There's an old phrase that seems to have been around since the beginning of time that says, you don't realize what you have until it's gone. We in America have something special. We have so many freedoms. The dream of becoming whatever you want isn't a common belief in some countries, but we do enjoy that in America. The freedom to worship God in your home, on the street, or in a chapel isn't available anywhere, but we do enjoy that in America. The right to vote for who you think is president isn't a global philosophy, but we do enjoy that in America. So the next time you go to a sporting event, you remove your baseball cap and place your right hand over your heart, glance across the field to see the red, white, and blue. Take time to think about just how amazing it is to live here. When controversies arise concerning the basic yet valuable freedoms stated in the First Amendment, we cannot sit idly by and let the opposition win. We cannot rely on the rain to keep the roots of America flourishing. Instead, we need to bring our water buckets with us, make sure we are involved and that America is still thriving, that we aren't slowly decaying, and that the weeds of restraint that our fathers fought against centuries ago aren't creeping back. The First Amendment alone is something we cannot take for granted. It is a privilege to live in America, and while it seems like we haven't done anything to deserve it, we need to do everything to preserve it.